Hello, everyone on YouTube. This is Dr. Gwendolyn McClure. Welcome. I'm setting you all up early before I get Skyped by the New York studios of BBM Global Network. So thank you so much for tuning in live or listening to the replay. I greatly appreciate it. Tonight will be the 13th episode. We're in the teens. We're a teenager. This show is a teenage. It's an adolescent. It's going through its adolescent developmental issues. No, I'm grateful to say that. I'm sorry about last week. If you listened last week, the last few minutes were not audible. That was my bad because my battery ran out on my headset. So I got new batteries and all is well. It's going to be a great show tonight. And here is the studio. Calling from New York. Hello, BBM. Who's there? Okay, I could barely hear you, AJ. Okay. I just wanted to make sure I'm hearing you clearly this evening. I have new batteries in my headset, AJ. I have new batteries in my headset. Just telling my YouTube audience. Admitting my fault of not having a spare battery in my possession last week. See this? What's that? I love you. And this was made by my former student, Sitara Vatan, is to protect you from EMFs that come off of your computer. So it's on my desk. All right, so we're gonna start, looks like in 1 minute here. If you need to do anything, now is a good time for that. How long? Okay, so I'll sing you guys a little song. Open my body to the rainbow of heaven. Open my mind to the knowing within. Open my spirit to the manifest power. Open my heart to the love all around. Open, open, open. Show is starting over there now. Fly to me, dragonfly. Fly close to me, dragonfly. Sing me your song. Hello, everyone. This is Dr. Gwendolyn McClure, Vocal Sound Healer Radio Show, live with BBM Global Network and TuneIn Radio. Also live on my Gwendolyn McClure YouTube channel. If you want to subscribe to that, I would love that. Welcome to this evening's show. This is our 13th episode of 16 shows. And it's going to be a wonderful evening. I'm very, very grateful to be with you here tonight. This is a call-in show. So you're welcome to call in at 855-680-9070. And when you call in, you don't have to have anything special to say. You just would chat with me for a minute and I will tune into you. And a song will come for you. That's how it works with me. Whether I'm in groups or with an individual, I tune into a person or scenario, and then the healing songs just come to me, and then I sing them. So that's how that works. Also, I am open to giving private vocal sound touch healing sessions via Skype. And if you're interested in that, you can email me at gwendolyn@vocalsoundhealer.com. Also, if you're interested in me covering a certain topic after this evening's show, so the final 3 shows, you could email me, or if you have a question for me, anything at all, you can email me at gwendolyn@vocalsoundhealer.com. So here we are together again. It's been a beautiful evolution since Wednesday evening, August 5th. So we have switched time since last week. Times have shifted, except, of course, in the state of Arizona, where I live. The time didn't change, but everyone else changed. So it's a shift, and I can feel the crisp fall air. It's been very beautiful. Where I live, the temperatures in the summer can even get hotter than 115 degrees. And today was in the 60s and raining. So it was very beautiful. I went out hiking with my boyfriend Tom and our 2 dogs, Leroy and Dr. Shivago. They're just all 3 of them a blast and loves in my life. So what are we going to be doing in tonight's show? I'm going to be dedicating tonight's show to water and the healing properties of water, and discussing all the aspects of water, right? Because water is evocative of the unconscious. That's what Dr. Carl Jung said, the Swiss psychiatrist. He said that water represents the unconscious. That when we go into the water and dive down deep into the water, we're going into the realms that take us outside our comfort zone. Because why? Because we're not fish or sea mammals. And it represents how when we, in a healing capacity, dive deeply into ourselves, into the realms, into the depths of our psyches, into the depths of our unconscious, we're also often going outside of our comfort zone. So I'll just sing a short little song to bring on the water energies. This is called Beginning of the Earth, and this is on my Songs for the Earth CD, available on my website, vocalsoundhealer.com, and on CD, baby. The ocean is the beginning of the earth. Take some deep breaths. The ocean is the beginning of the earth. All life comes from the sea. Breathe deeply and unwind. All life comes from the sea. The ocean is the beginning of the earth. The ocean is the beginning of the earth. All life comes from the sea. All life comes from the sea. The ocean is the beginning of the earth. The ocean is the beginning of the earth. All life comes from the sea. 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 Take a deep breath in. Very good. Yes, I'm going to ask you to just let yourself connect into your heart center. A hand on the heart, a hand on the belly, and breathing in deeply, allowing the after echoes of that song. In a sense, we're evoking the energies of the water. In this case, the waters of the sea, of the ocean. That beautiful rhythm of the waves coming in and the waves coming out. And I'd like to invite you for the time of this show to see if you can really let go of those pelvic muscles, the abdominal muscles, so that you can feel your abdomen expanding as you inhale, releasing as you exhale, becoming one with that aspect of the ocean when the ocean hits the shore, coming in, the waves coming in, and then the waves receding. So as you're breathing in, full deep belly breaths in, and as you exhale, full deep releases, perhaps even adding a sound, having an audible exhale. So we're going to take our first break now, and when we come back, I'm going to talk more about how this show tonight is going to address water. This is Dr. Gwendolyn McClure, Vocal Sound Healer Radio Show, live with BBM Global Network and TuneIn Radio. Please stand by. We'll be right back. Thank you. I'm doing well, thank you. I had a good Halloween. It was very mellow. Yours? Good. What was your costume? Oh, Rick Ground from The Walking Dead. Well, how did... Very good. Halloween is a great opportunity to consciously put on a mask and take on a character. What I was thinking about on Halloween is how it's very important to realize when we are wearing a mask in life and to have the conscious capacity and the strength and the courage to take off our mask. If our mask is protecting us in scenarios where we don't need to wear a mask, protecting us even from ourselves, so that we can strip off that mask and be aligned with the truth of who we are. That's what I was thinking about on Halloween. So wise, AJ says. Thank you, AJ. Did you say 10 or 30? 4, 3, 2. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. This is Dr. Gwendolyn McClure, Vocal Sound Healer Radio Show with BBM Global Network and TuneIn Radio. So I'm very excited to have this opportunity to be with you all tonight and to be with you through the New York studios of BBM Global Network. Very grateful tonight from my producer, AJ. Thank you, AJ, for helping this co-creation. And my goal, my friends, is in this show, Vocal Sound Healer Radio Show, is to be of service to you. So once again, this is a call-in show. You are free anytime to call in. Probably don't call in the last 5 minutes of the hour, just because at that point we're wrapping it up. But anytime between now and then, feel free. If there's any way in which you're feeling any pain, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, that is what I am doing this show for. Please feel free to call in and I will guide you and assist you to alleviate that pain, that suffering, to bring love and peace into your life. And so I'd like to go a little bit deeper in talking about tonight's show. I chose the theme of water because as I was meditating on the show this evening and what to bring up, it came to me to talk about two people that have worked with me in my private practice, and specifically two experiences that they each had at different times that were so very similar. And I've been wanting to talk about this my whole show. And it came to me that tonight's the night. And their stories involve the element of water, both of their stories. So before I get into the specifics of that, I would like to talk about the context in which both of their stories emerge. And the context is an aspect of my vocal sound healer work. One aspect is my groups, classes, workshops, where I offer what's called a vocal sound healing journey process. And I've been giving variety of versions of this process, since the beginning of my work, August 5th, 1990. So I'm in my 26th year of what I'm doing, and this has been refining over the years. But the basic gist is that people come to me and say if they're doing a full day workshop with me, this will be one element of it, and it might take up to 1.5 or 2 hours for the journey itself. And what occurs in the journey is that I believe I've talked about this earlier on in the show, but it's been a while since I discussed it, and tonight's topic of water, and specifically these 2 cases, relate to the journey. So I'm gonna provide a little bit of context again. What occurs in the journey is people in my presence in a workshop, a class, this kind of thing, I have everybody lie down in a big circle. And people can also stand, they can sit, they can do yoga, right? You don't have to lie down. It's just typically that's what people do. They have their mats and they're all aiming like rays of the sun into the central altar that I create with flowers and beautiful flowers and candles. And I guide everyone through a deep relaxation process, right? Breathing deeply into the body, clearing away the day, the week, the month, the year, and releasing and relaxing muscles, different parts of the body. And then over time, I guide people to such a deep, relaxed state and connecting down into the earth, connecting. We've done this on the show too, energy roots, the soles of the feet connecting down into our Mother Earth, grounding and preparing, securing the self, right? Anchoring into the earth, preparing for the journey. And at a certain point, I connect people to their throats. This is, in fact, the final stage before we launch, so to speak. And I ask everyone to, and you can do this now at home if you'd like, I ask everyone to imagine as though they're deeply relaxing, deeply rooted, connected to the earth, and connecting to their throat center and letting go there. Right? The throat is a very, very important area. Letting go of the muscles there surrounding the throat and breathing deeply into the heart, the belly, the pelvic floor, and bringing in the qualities into the throat of clearing, of love, of forgiveness, of safety, of allowing, of release, of freedom, of forgiveness for any time you didn't share or didn't sing when you really wanted to, or forgiveness for times you have sounded, spoken, shrieked, whatever it was, and somehow it caused some pain for yourself or someone else. So forgiveness, clearing, love. And then we're preparing the throat for being a conduit, a vessel for the voice to emerge. Right now, my friends, we're going to have to take our second break. This is Dr. Gwendolyn McClure, Vocal Sound Healer Radio Show, live with BBM Global Network and TuneIn Radio. And when we return, I will speak more about the vocal sound healing journey. Thank you. Please stand by. Thank you. Everyone listening on YouTube, if you're interested, because I may forget to say this, it's just coming to me now, is that during this preparation of the throat, I invite people to hold their throat. And you can hold it physically in the front, in the back, both, either, or you can hold it energetically, meaning you're allowing yourself to lovingly focus on the throat without touching it, but just being very present, very allowing, very accepting. When I get to this portion of leading my vocal sound healing journey, I always give myself what I call a throat hug. So very, very gently, just holding the throat with love, a little throat hug. You've heard of a tree hugger? This is a throat hugger. 30 seconds. And what that does, it allows you to be present. Okay, thank you. I did say it, but thank you for reminding me to say it again. 10 seconds. Hello, everyone. This is Dr. Gwendolyn McClure, Vocal Sound Healer Radio Show live with BBM Global Network in New York and TuneIn Radio. I'm very grateful to be here with you tonight. This is, my friends, a live call-in show just for you. So if you feel open to taking advantage of that and receiving some special healing attention with a singing, a song just for you, please feel free to call in at 855-680-9070. Feel also free to email me during the week at gwendolyn@vocalsoundhealer.com. If you'd like to hear more about my groups, my private sessions, I do those on the phone and Skype as well as live, or just to give me an idea about a topic you'd be interested in for a future Vocal Sound Healer radio show, or just to chat with me. I'd love to hear from you. So before the break, I was talking about in my vocal sound healing journey process that I lead people on, the final stage before we actually make vocal sound is to be present with the throat. So you can touch your throat, giving what I like to call yourself a throat hug, or just energetically be present with your throat. The throat is incredibly important in terms of opening up to using vocal sound healing as a tool for your healing process, for your healing release process. So when we get to the throat, I'm asking everyone, please be present with your throat, bringing in the energy of lovingness, of acceptance, of allowing. What we're doing here is we're opening the throat, opening the heart, opening the abdomen, opening the pelvic floor, releasing those pelvic sphincter muscles. And so we're kind of being grounded, right? Rooted, connected to Mother Earth. So we're creating a feeling of security, groundedness into this planet. We're opening up and we're creating safety. And what happens, so that's what I do. And then at a certain point, I'm having people take full deep breaths. And remember the beginning, that ocean song, the ocean is the beginning of the earth. As though as you inhale and as you exhale, your breaths are slow and deep and rhythmic, just like the ocean is when it comes to the shore. Into the shore and then back out to the sea, to the shore, back out to the sea. Deep, full breaths, opening and relaxing. At a certain point when you've inhaled and you're at the peak, I guide people into crossing over from soundlessness into sound. So let's all do that now. And I'll give you a little tip. Sometimes what happens with people is at the peak of their breath, they let out air first. They go like this. Right? And what happens is then you are losing your fuel source. Right? So what you always want to do is take a full deep breath in, and before you let any air out, that's when you make the sound. Right? So in this vocal sound healing journey proper, that's the moment that everyone is birthing their voice. So practice that now, wherever you are. Take a deep, full breath in and birth your voice. And imagine as though you're connecting your voice deep inside into your heart through that full, open, clear throat, deep into the loving heart, open belly, relaxed pelvic floor, down your legs, into your feet, into the earth, to the depths of your being. And then at the peak, allowing out a sound. As you're allowing that sound to come out, and when you're finished, right, then breathing in again, relax and fill up, make another sound. And as you're sounding, let your body move, let your body stretch. We want to become very flowing right now, rhythmic. We want to connect to the undulatory rhythms of your body, the way a caterpillar moves on a forest floor, right? Picture that. It's very undulatory. The way a fish swims in the sea, side to side, it's very undulatory. The way a dolphin swims, very undulatory. So if you want, practice that. Do some deep breaths and sounds out. Very good. And the process, what happens is when someone is very deeply relaxed and connected to themselves powerfully in an open way and rooted and secure, rooted into the earth and secure, and if someone is in an environment of lovingness and safety and healing, what occurs is the voice can be used as a conduit for the depths, for the aspects of the psyche that are ready to be released, can be released. That as this journey goes on, we descend deeper and deeper. As the journey goes on in linear time, right? As we go on, as the minutes tick by and we're breathing in, and you can do this at home if you want or wherever you are, breathe in and sound out, breathe in and sound out. I like to call it that you are entering into that river, into that stream where you're breathing in and sounding out, breathing in and sounding out. You're letting the river take you. You're surrendering to the depths. You're surrendering to the depths of your own being through the process of this journey. So go ahead and practice that now during our break. This is Dr. Gwendolyn McClure, Vocal Sound Healer Radio Show, live with BBM Global Network and TuneIn Radio. Please stand by. We'll be right back. Thank you. So everyone on YouTube, thank you. Everyone on YouTube, practice that, right? Hold your throat. Hopefully I'll remember to say this when everyone comes back, and I'm remembering one with you guys. What you want to do during that journey process is you want to use your hands throughout the process to connect with yourself, right? If there's somewhere in your being that is, if you're in pain, right? If you're in pain physically, you want to use your hand to place your hands on the part of your body where you're in pain. And you want to imagine as though you're allowing a sound to come from that pain to release the pain out through your throat. What you can also do is you can imagine as though you are sending a sound into the pain. What that can do is this is what I do in my private sessions. Where someone's in pain or where there is what I call a denser vibrational frequency, what happens is I put my sound onto their body. And if it's not resonating powerfully back to me, that's kind of thud, like a kind of a dead sound, I make sound into that part of their body until the sound starts resonating back. So it becomes a lighter vibrational frequency. And that's when I know the sound is impacting and clearing, helping to clear. So you can do that also on your own. You can send your own sound into your body to clear the density, to clear the pain. 10 seconds. Hi, everybody. This is Dr. Gwendolyn McClure, Vocal Sound Healer Radio Show with BBM Global Network and TuneIn Radio. Before the break, I was talking about that process in the vocal sound healing journey where we are in the context of the healing environment where the energy of love is present. Love, my friends, is acceptance. We know that when we are fully being loved, that we will be accepted for exactly who we are, where we are, what we are, and what we're doing. So what happens in my vocal sound healing journeys is that I create an environment, which is my aim for this radio show as well, to create an environment of lovingness, of healing, of safety, so that you can let go, so that you can relax and know that you are held in the embrace of love that I'm generating and that we are co-generating, because you are evoking also that aspect of your psyche that can hold you. So take a deep breath in and allow yourself to birth your voice. Every single inhale, full, deep, rhythmic, slow inhale in at the peak. Before you let the air out, allow a sound out like this. Ah. Every single time you do that, you are creating an opportunity to have a release of anything from the depths of your being. And the deeper and deeper and deeper we go on the vocal sound healing journey, the deeper you go into your psyche. It is a descent. I kind of like to think of it like a spiraling down to the depths of the being. And as you go deeper and deeper inside yourself with lovingness, with self-acceptance, and with this process of breathing in and receiving that life force, love force energy, and at the peak, letting a sound out, you will find that you can release your pain. Any buried pain can be released. And often, my friends, something that you're aware of at the surface level, whether it's an emotion, something that's disturbing you, whether it's a physical pain, has its root deeper, at a deeper level. So this vocal sound healing journey process, this vocal release process connects you deep inside yourself. And something you can do, so a little tip, is you can find a spot in your body that's either physically in your pain, or if you're having an emotion that's challenging, you ask yourself, where am I feeling that emotion in my body? And you touch that spot with your hand if you can, if you will, and imagine as though you can do one of two things. You can imagine as though you are releasing that pain out through your voice, or you can imagine as though you are sending a sound right into that spot. Now, what happens in my private sessions is I use my voice in a way that bats do or dolphins do in echolocation. I use my voice to go in to determine on a continuum what is the level of density in the tissues of a person's body. And if it's if there's a lack of flow of a person's life force energy, In the Eastern system, you would call that the chi, the life force. When I make a sound and I won't feel any kind of echoing inside the body or resonance. I won't feel that my sound is resonating and echoing out. The way you would put a pebble into a lake and then you see the ripples out. When there is a flow of a person's life force energy in their body, that is what I feel with my voice happens. It just starts echoing all over their body. And then they report that to me as well. If there's a density, then I make sound onto that spot to clear it. So that's what I'm saying. You can take a deep breath in and make a sound as though you are sending your own sound laser beam into your body, into where you're feeling an emotion that's difficult. And then let out the sound. And you just play with that. There's no rules. That's what I love about my vocal sound healer work. There's no rules. It's all, we're playing. We're playing in the field of lovingness and healing. There's nothing wrong. There's no way you can make any mistakes. It's just all explorations. We're having fun. We're learning how to open with love to ourselves, to feel ourselves, to feel and to heal. So how much time do I have right now, AJ? 2 minutes. Okay, so I'd like to sing a song. Breathe, please. Keep breathing. It's the most important part. You kick, and then you glide. You kick, and then you glide. It's all in the rhythm. It's all in the rhythm. It's all in the rhythm of the heart. My mother, she taught me how to swim when I was very, very young. Swimming to survive. Keep breathing. It's the most important part. You kick, and then you glide. You kick, and then you glide. It's all in the rhythm. It's all in the rhythm. It's all in the rhythm of the heart. My mother, she taught me how to swim when I was very, very young. Swimming to survive. Keep breathing, it's the most important part. You kick, and then you glide. You kick, and then you glide. It's all in the rhythm. It's all in the rhythm. It's all in the rhythm of the heart. It's all in the rhythm. It's all in the rhythm. It's all in the rhythm of the heart. Now take a deep breath in. Deep, full breath in. Very good. Breathe in and let go. Very good. Let the after echoes of that sound vibrate throughout your body. We're going to take another short break now. This is Dr. Gwendolyn McClure, Vocal Sound Healer Radio Show with BBM Global Network and TuneIn Radio. Thank you so much. Please stand by. That went by very quickly. I Can't even believe that, to be honest with you. I haven't feel like I haven't even gotten started. Ay, ay, ay. As we say in New York, oi gewalt. Everyone on YouTube, I'm thinking now about something I want to say when we get back, so I'll say it to y'all because everything I've said to you so far, I've remembered to talk about. When I'm working with someone privately, I make sound onto and around the body, and as I'm breaking up whatever density I feel, a deeper and deeper awareness comes to a person as to what's going on with them. And then I'm able to use my training in my PhD in clinical psych to find with them the source of their pain, emotional or physical. Hi, everyone. This is Dr. Gwendolyn McClure, Vocal Sound Healer Radio Show with BBM Global Network and TuneIn Radio. We're talking tonight about the vocal sound healing journey process, what you do in groups as well as in my private sessions, how I work with vocal sound, how you can work with vocal sound to connect to the depths of your being. One of the aspects I do in my private work is I journey with someone very deeply into their psyche to find the cause of something at the surface, which is an emotional challenge or physical challenge, which has its root, or mental challenge, which has its root in the depths beyond what a person can perceive. So I'm able to do that. And that also, the end result also occurs in the groups during the vocal sound healing journey process. So in the remainder of the show, I'm going to talk about a couple of very beautiful cases of people that had some very interesting results while doing the vocal sound healing journey with me. And why I'm pairing them together is that both of these people had the experience during the vocal sound healing journey of having a memory as a child of drowning. So that's why I'm making the theme about water tonight. These are experiences that each of them had that were traumatic. And I will describe to you now their two experiences and how the vocal sound healing journey process brought healing for their psyches. So in fact, it's very interesting to me that in both cases, this happened when they were each 7 years old. One happened in the ocean and one happened in a pool. And I will describe the first one. This happened in the ocean. That this person was drowning as a 7-year-old. And in the vocal sound healing journey, what occurred for her was that in the course of the journey, as I was leading the group deeper and deeper into their own psyches, she was having the memories of being under the water in the ocean and being at the bottom of the ocean and not being able to get out of this situation. Very young, very terrified, completely terrified and traumatized. And during the journey, what occurred for her was that as I was inviting everyone to breathe in and sound out, she was re-experiencing that, but as the journey was going on and she was breathing in and sounding out, breathing in and sounding out, she was lifting up from the ocean floor. And as it was going on, getting lighter and lighter, releasing more and more sound, releasing more and more of the pain, more and more of the pain associated to the trauma of the drowning. At the end of the journey, she had the experience of her face coming up and out of the water. And she felt fantastic. And I've spoken with her since a couple of times, and she told me that after that process, she has been able to go into the water and have no fear for the first time since she had her drowning experience as a 7-year-old. And have, in fact, very joyful, very beautiful, playful, joyful experiences. So this trauma as a child got completely healed. So I'm very, very excited about that. The second story, I'm going to describe to you what happened in my witnessing. In my witnessing, during the vocal sound healing journey, the person that was experiencing this, which honestly I didn't know, but what I was witnessing was I was hearing her during the journey. You know, other people are out there laughing and crying and making sounds like orangutans and motorcycles. I mean, in my journey processes, it gets very interesting, the sounds that you hear. Ducks and cats and the wind, right? So what I was hearing from her was crying and coughing. And that's what I was hearing continuously. Sputtering, coughing, crying, sobbing, coughing, crying, sobbing, you know, gagging, coughing, sputtering, crying. And so at the end of the journey, I invite people to share if they like. And she did share. And what she shared with all of us was that she had the memory while she was doing the breathing in and sounding out during the journey. She had a memory for the first time. She had been told her entire life that she had drowned as also a 7-year-old, but she had never remembered it. And during the journey, she was at the bottom of the pool and she saw a shoe fall in the water and was panicking. And that's where that coughing and sputtering was coming. Her lungs were beginning to fill up with water. She was completely panicked. What had happened was other children had dared her to jump in from the high dive board, and she was 7 and did not have parents watching over her. And she witnessed in the vocal sound healing journey a lifeguard entering into the water and coming to get her, and came and saved her life. I will tell you what happened next at the end of the break. We have a break right now. This is Dr. Gwendolyn McClure, Vocal Sound Healer Radio Show with BBM Global Network and TuneIn Radio. Please stand by. Thank you. Ah. 4 minutes. Okay. Well, good thing I'm wrapping it up. All right, YouTube, here's a little water song for you. Water is life and life is sacred. Water is life. Water is life. Water is life, and life is sacred. Water is life. Water is life. Water is life, and life is sacred. Water is life. Water is life. Water is life, and life is sacred. Water is life. Water is life. Hello, everyone. This is Dr. Gwendolyn McClure, a vocal sound healer radio show, live with BBM Global Network and TuneIn Radio. And before the break, I was telling you something very exciting, some exciting results from my vocal sound healing journey process of a client, a student who, by the way, both of the people cases who I'm speaking with tonight, I got their permission to talk about their experiences. And I was just sharing how in the vocal sound healing journey proper, where everyone's breathing in and sounding out, she was breathing in and sputtering and coughing and crying. And when she was having, through the loving container of the room that we were in, the loving, supportive, accepting environment, she was experiencing a healing of that trauma. And I've spoken with her about this, and she had the awareness that people, that she had created a belief at a very young age that people would not care if she lived or died, and that was associated to that event. And so part of her healing was to allow the traumatized feelings to emerge through these coughing, sputtering, soundings, cryings in this loving container, so that she could feel people do care and do love her, so that she could create a new belief in her healing process. And the shoe falling in was that the lifeguards were shifting, they were changing. So one was coming in, and the one that was walking in, his shoe that he was carrying fell into the water. That's what she first saw. So I'm sharing with you these stories tonight to talk about how the vocal sound healing journey process has the potential to take us into our depths, to clear away, to allow our voices, and you can do this at home as well, to allow our voices to carry away old pains from the past, to let our voices release our traumas. And also, when you make sound, you can send it into your body to help clear up blocks and pains, and to bring the sounds of love, sending a sound love beam into yourself. So that's what I do in my private sessions. I send sound beams of love into a person's body and help them connect to their depths. So I'd like to sing you another song about the water as we're wrapping up the show for the evening. What shall it be? How about this? Breathe deeply and receive this. The river is flowing, flowing and growing. The river is flowing down to the sea. Mother, carry me, your child I will always be. Mother, carry me down to the sea. Mother, carry me, your child I will always be. Mother, carry me down to the sea, down to the sea, down to the sea. And my friends, I want you to feel the flow of that song. Let your breaths this week be deep, rhythmic, and flowing. Let your relationship to yourself be deep, rhythmic, and flowing. Open to the possibility, your potential to love yourself deeply and flowingly. I look forward to seeing you, hearing you next week. Please have a self-loving week. Love you all. And I'll see you, hear you next week. Signing off now, Dr. Gwendolyn McClure, Vocal Sound Healer Radio Show with BBM Global Network and TuneIn Radio. Have a blessed week. Bye-bye. Bye, everybody on YouTube. Bye, AJ. Same time next week.